Hey, Taurus, Mel, Intuitive Coach here. Excited to bring in your December 2025 career and money reading. All right, let's open up your energy field and take a look at what the month ahead has in store for you, Taurus. Now, you have this card that really wanted to make an appearance, so I'm going to honor it. And the card is Angelic Help. This is the time to trust in the universe and know that you will be provided for. There is a career or blessing lining up for you, so stay positive and believe. Beautiful showing up here. Now, you are also being asked to pay attention to the signs that your angels send you. And I'm also getting, for some of you, this is a loved one in spirit. A loved one in spirit is guiding you, is helping you at this time, especially when it comes to your finances, perhaps your career, your sense of stability in some way. Now, you have life purpose showing up. You will have new ideas and inspirations, Taurus, that will guide you towards your divine calling. Oh, wow. You have some intense energies coming through. You have the Tower. You have the Five of Swords. You have the World and the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. You are definitely going through a transformative period at this time. So no wonder the angels are coming through saying, let Taurus know, right? You already do know that you have help, but sometimes when you're going through the Tower, it feels like help is a million miles away, and Spirit wants you to know here, which includes the angelic realm, which includes your loved ones, your ancestors, your spirit guides. I feel like you are trusting here, being guided to trust that divine support is here. Now, you may also be working with a mentor. You have the student energy here, which is about teaching yourself to succeed at this time. When it comes to money, you may even be connecting with a financial advisor or a professional of some sort. This is about you being open to intellectual curiosity because things are changing, and you have the Ace of Pentacles bringing in a new opportunity, a new income source, or something that's tangible after a period of a little bit of upheaval for you with that Tower. So I do see that you are going through this period of transformation, and you may even be guided to help others go through transformation in their own life. So for example, the Tower as a career can be the activist, can also be like a transformational coach even. And this could be something you are learning about, something that you are maybe even teaching. Perhaps you have students that you are working with, but I see that you are called to even work maybe in a higher educational system, school district here it could be, but I'm getting spiritual teacher for many of you. Now, even if you do not have a spiritually based business, you are being guided to use the practical tools that you have to increase your abundance. And I'm chuckling here because I'm being shown the title of a movie. And the movie is Practical Magic. And I'm chuckling because Aries also received a movie, but their movie was Full Metal Jacket. So a complete kind of opposite here of that movie. And Practical Magic is about you embracing your magic in a practical way, right? Especially when it comes to your feminine power, your intuition, and having the courage to really live your truth. And that's why life purpose is coming through here. Live your truth. Even when society misunderstands you, Taurus, you will have new ideas and inspirations that will guide you towards your divine calling. What is meant for you will not leave you as long as you continue to move forward. Ask for what you need and things will align for you to carry out your vision. I feel, but first, there's this energy of owning your gifts. And in the movie Practical Magic, you had the two sisters. That's the movie with Sandra Bullock, I believe. Did they ever make a second Practical Magic? I thought I heard about that. I don't know if they did. But you have one sister who is trying to live a normal life, right? She suppresses her magic to fit in. And I did that myself. I hid my intuitive abilities here. I hid my healing gifts to appear more professional. When I first started off in the corporate world full time, I didn't want to bring my woo-woo self into the mix because I didn't want to come across as not professional. And I see that some of you may have had to compartmentalize a part of your magic. You may have had to kind of shut that door at some point in your life, where in the movie you have the other sister who fully embraces her freedom and her power, right? But she lacks the grounding energy. She grounds the stability, or she lacks the stability in some way to really make that magic bountiful for her. And that's why you have the tree here, because the journey is symbolizing here for you, especially when it comes to your career and your finances, practicality, right? This is 10 of Pentacles energy. So this is about blending and balancing the two energies, right? Both sisters, molding them into one, but also having their own authenticity here. So this is the heart of an aligned career. That is what is branching out at this time. So Spirit is saying, don't shrink your gifts to fit into conventional molds, right? Your magic, which is your skills, your intuition, your empathy, your creativity, that's your purpose. That's your purpose here. And this may be something you are leaning into, something you are learning more of. Like, how do I balance this? How do I get practical about my magic? How can I lean into my authenticity without losing myself in the service here of the system, right? The system. If you are on the Aries cusp, or if you have some Aries placements in your chart, check out that reading. If you do feel like you've been conforming, or if you've been wanting to break out of the system in some way. Now, the tree also is about financial growth, right? This is about coming to fruition here. Your hard work coming to fruition. I feel like your healing work is calling out to you at this time, right? It feels like there's an energy here to help others, to break some sort of limitations or even ancestral wounding of some sort that may be based in some fears of being seen, right? Fears of putting yourself out there. This could even be a career that aligns with healing, coaching, spirituality, psychology, creative arts. We have outdoorsy vibe here. Herbalism is coming through. Any field where emotional alchemy takes place, because that's where true stability exists. That's where you're able to thrive. That's where you're able to financially grow. And Spirit is reminding you that real magic is transformation. That's why you have the Tower here. People who heal, people who guide, people who inspire others are really modern day witches, right? Modern day witches. Now, bottom of the deck, you have the Ring here. This is about financial commitments, but I'm really getting a strong energy of partnership and collaboration here. There could even be a mentor, Taurus, or perhaps like an elder archetype that is showing up here, one who can help pass on sacred knowledge, or perhaps you are the one that is, you are the one that's working with a teacher or working with a student, because I'm getting the student-teacher dynamic taking place here. And you may also be coming together to live and lead a fulfilling career. There is a beautiful alignment taking place. This reminds me of the Two of Cups. So you could be attracting here a partnership, a company. This could be alignments taking place that really does help you. It really helps you in some way, because this is part of your professional legacy, right? Mentorship, partnerships, maybe one-on-one communication, or being able to share what you've learned in some way, or learning from those who've walked before you. Yeah, I am getting belief system coming through here. Maybe that's because of the Four of Cups and the Queen of Swords showing up. So kicking off your financial energy, you have the Fly. And when the Fly comes through, this is the Five of Swords. It can be winning at all costs, and it can be like pride before the fall. Some of you may have felt manipulated. You may have felt like you were taken advantage of financially, or you may have even felt some sort of deceit or resentment, and you may be guided to walk away, right? To leave that path. Again, it brings me back to Full Metal Jacket versus practical magic. So if you are still in the midst of going through some conditioning, if you have non-conform or conformed, I should say, to some sort of system, perhaps you are starting to break out of that mold here. And the Five of Swords is also about traumas or fear of failure. There may even be career patterns that have shown up blended with the Tower. This could be imposter syndrome, fear of putting yourself out there. It's guilt around your power, or even feeling intimidated, or other people feeling intimidated, where you have equated that with shame, like I have to dim my light. The lesson here with the Tower as the block is for you to thrive, right? You must release any inherited fears, especially the belief that success is going to be pulled out from underneath you, or success is going to come at a cost, because that's where we don't use our magic for good. So there may be other people around you who have manipulated, or they have bullied to try to get what they've wanted. And that has left a bit of a sour taste in your mouth. But I see with the Tower, this is about transformation. It's about liberation. So if you felt like you've been stuck in this mental warfare regarding your financial energy, because Five of Swords is not a fun energy to be in. It can feel like you are, in survival mode, right? That Fly is very distracting. He is pesky. He is coming in. He's bothersome. So it may feel like your financial energy is draining you at this time. I'm getting more of a mosquito type of vibe here, where you are annoyed at times, or you've been trying to level up. You've been trying to move forward here, but you felt a bit stuck in this ego cycle, maybe with other individuals here, because this can be a battle of the egos. But I feel like you are being guided to embrace something new, to step into your magic, step into your power, overcome those patterns that we just talked about. And I see here collaboration over competition. That is the mindset here that Spirit is guiding you towards. Queen of Swords energy here. So when the women of the town, right, in practical magic, when they join together, it's a symbol of like women supporting women, or the collective energy amplifying power in some way when you are working with energies that are all moving towards the same goal. So I feel like collaboration is key with this Queen of Swords, and true power is multiplied. That's the message, multiplication here when it's shared, especially in heart-centered careers. So Queen of Swords here is facing demons. It's profound transformation, which we actually have that word coming through twice. So this tells me, Taurus, that you are undergoing massive change, both personally within you, but also in your outer world. So I am getting Capricorn energy with the world here. So Capricorn season starts at the end of December into the end of January. So that could really be when you start to see that things are shifting here. When you see, this Ace of Pentacles coming through. Now the Queen of Swords, she is the thought leader, as I've mentioned. She moves towards what it is that she wants, and she goes towards it. There's no stopping her. She doesn't let the distractions, she doesn't let those beliefs hold her back. Not when she's fully in her power, not when she's embodying her own inner magic. You have the World as the opportunity for income growth. This is beautiful because your calling is your magic. When you align your work with your true nature, you break every cycle, every pattern that's ever told you to play small, right? Any belief, any limitation. You get to break out of that. And the World is represented here by the beautiful macaw. This is beautiful beginnings, sacred contracts, and infinite possibilities. The world is your oyster. If you want to publish that book, if you want to be an online creator, if you want to go into real estate, perhaps you are a world travel blogger or a social activist. Maybe you want to go into psychology here with that Queen of Swords. Perhaps you are that transformational coach, right? Whatever it is that you are wanting to go for, this is your green light. And when the world shows up, success and accomplishments are yours. Like you have this ability to step into this next chapter and put yourself out there into the world. So this is beautiful when this is coming through as maybe something online, maybe technology here, or you having the freedom, the flexibility to maybe work from anywhere in the world or work from home. This could be a business or a corporation that is international. This can also be connected to like nonprofit energy here. So I feel like there are new sacred contracts coming in, especially with the ring card, because this is partnership and this is fulfillment. This is long-term investments that you are financially committing yourself to. And I feel like it's happening for you over Capricorn season. So be on the lookout for new invitations. You are getting yourself out of this pickle, out of that Five of Swords energy, the battle of the egos, if you will, and you're moving into more enlightenment. All right, what is the unexpected financial influence? You have the Ace of Pentacles here. Beautiful. And it feels like this opportunity, it may show up for you out of the blue. It could certainly be unexpected because that's the position this is in. But I have a feeling this is also about you embodying your own divine gifts, because it's not just any buffalo, right? It's the white buffalo. And white represents purity, represents innocence, but also represents that fresh, clean slate. And this is about starting a new life. There's a positive reward here for you. Not only do you have the world, which is one of the biggest victories we could ever have, right? It is followed up here by, the start of something fresh. And it feels like it's divinely inspired. I love this Ace of Pentacles coming through for you. Now, it feels like you are connecting with, I'm getting like investigation. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe there's like an investigation or research. Thank you, Spirit. There could be some researching that is coming out. Yeah, it could be because of that Queen of Swords. It's like you are in researcher mode. I mean, some of you could be investigators. Maybe you're a private investigator, or you are investigating how to bring transformation to a startup company, to your own company here. You may be in research mode over the next few weeks. I'm getting even the next 4 to 6 weeks where you are full of ideas, and it could be the turn of the year where you really launch some of these ideas that you have. You launch them into the world, meaning you ground them into reality. You're getting practical about some of your goals here. So what is the action step to improve your finances? You have the Frog. And I always chuckle when I look at this little guy, because if you look at his eyes, he looks like he's bored as heck. He's sitting there on his lily pad. He can be a little complacent here, and it feels like, there may be a bit of apathy or contemplation that he's sitting in, but actually the Four of Cups represents new opportunities. And I see that you have gone through a period where you have felt a bit frustrated. You felt frustrated with stagnancy or just lack of inspiration, Taurus, but this is the turning point coming through for you. And maybe the last 4 months have been a bit difficult, but this is about you moving into an energy that truly aligns with who you are on a deeper soul level. So action steps. Allow your inspiration to lead you towards the next steps. Allow your emotional energies. Like drop into your body, get to know yourself, move your body here. This is a physical action step that you can do. And you may be saying, Mel, how is this going to help me with my finances? Because sometimes energy becomes stuck in the body, especially if we sit a lot. I oftentimes, I sit while I'm doing these recordings, but I make sure I get up in between takes and I stretch my legs and I make sure I get a drink. And, midday I go out on my hike and I'm constantly moving my body because that is kind of infusing me with this new energy. So one of the first things that you may want to do is start to expand your body through movement, and you may be surprised at the ideas that flow to you while you are moving your body. Now, I'm also getting here with this 4 of Cups energy. This could be signing up for a new class as the student here, or embracing in some sort of activity that excites you, something that brings joy to your face instead of the frog looking like he's just been sitting on that lily pad all day waiting for a fly to, come into his contact here. I feel like this is about you taking a leap. This is about you saying, okay, well, what can I do to inspire myself at this time? So that is your action step. Now, what is your outcome? What is your outcome this month? You have the 2 of Pentacles represented by the chimpanzee here. So the 2 of Pentacles is about balance, right? It's about balancing both those worlds, your professional world and the magical world, and bringing a sense of practical magic to the mix, going with the flow here and having a little bit of fun. So if life has been very serious, if things in your career, well, you have the Tower, right? You have the 5 of Swords, which can be like a high energy of maybe anxiety or change coming through. Make sure that you are not so caught up in this that you forget to have fun, that you forget to prioritize some of the things that make you feel better, right? And to trust that the change that's unfolding is actually bringing in the world, with that Ace of Pentacles here. So the chimpanzee bringing in balance, going with the flow, and incorporating a bit of fun into your career. All right, we have here selling. Because the world also connects to real estate, some of you may be selling, maybe selling a business, selling a property here, or you could be the one that is in that field. But I also am getting here maybe selling your goods or your services or products, putting them out there online. Maybe you are selling your new novel on Amazon. Maybe you are creating an Etsy shop, or you're using any other platform to put yourself out there and to sell your goods and services. Next, we have micromanaging. That can be the 5 of Swords in a nutshell, where someone is breathing down your neck and someone is, feeling like suffocation, right? Suffocation, no breathing. And I see that you are not wanting to be in this energy any longer because it's creating a tower within you, within your body, within the environment around you. You're saying, I'm done. I'm moving towards something that fulfills me in the next level. I'm crashing through this glass ceiling here. And you have spending here. So be mindful of spending and budgeting. I know December, if you are someone that celebrates the holidays, this can be a time where people put things on credit card or people buy more than they need to. But you may be doing things a bit different this year. You may be taking a look at what is within your budget, or perhaps you are doing things differently. Maybe instead of eating that prime rib, you're doing a taco bar, right? It feels like you could be budgeting. It doesn't mean that you have to settle for less, but I feel like you can alchemize the energy. You can change your spending habits around, or you may be seeing things from a new point of view, or perhaps you're asking others to pitch in. It feels like you are being mindful, but you may also be taking a look at end of the year statements. This could be deadlines, perhaps taxes. If you are a business owner, there may even be, again, some form of documentation or deadline that does show up, but it almost feels like you reach the deadline in the nick of time. So for example, if you are traveling, and you have to get like your passport renewed, or maybe you have to get a passport, it feels like it comes through just in time. Or if you are waiting on an RSVP, or if you are applying for a job, it may close down, like accepting resumes at midnight that night, but you get it in maybe at 10 p.m., right? It feels like there's a deadline type of energy, but you make it, right? You make the deadline here. And if there are bonuses that come out, it feels like someone may be looking at end of the year financials, and even if they haven't been as great as you had seen in prior years, it still feels like there's some sort of bonus, or there will be some sort of gift that shows up. And if you are in a career or a profession that receives maybe tips, or you receive commission, it feels like there could be a bonus, or there could be some sort of large gift that does show up for you, or a large tip that really helps you this time of year. So I like that coming through. All right, let's get a message here from your spirit animals. And if you can safely do so, Taurus, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Nice big inhale through the nose. Hold it for the count of 3, 2, 1. And release through the mouth with a nice deep sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky or swims deep in the sea. Your animal could be magical, mystical, wild, or domesticated. This could be a pet that's crossed over the rainbow bridge, or one that's crossed your path recently in nature. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your power animals, whether you have 1 or 5, drop them in the comment section below. I will enter you into the free reading giveaway, where I draw one winner around the 1st of the month and post right back here on the channel. All right, Taurus, your animals. We have the alpaca. This is about willpower, stamina, and purposefulness. You have the alpaca. Next, we have the discus fish. This is that society energy. This is collaboration, networking. I had mentioned that in your reading. There's this energy of working and connecting with other like-minded individuals, maybe taking a class. This could be that student-teacher dynamic here. It says co-parenting on this card, but some of you, it could even be that there's been some financial stressors due to maybe not having a partner, or it could even be child support, or wanting or needing to co-parent in a better way. That could create a sense of stability, because maybe that's affecting your career, your finances. This is also a very vibrant energy. Fish can represent prosperity, and I see a lot of little fish around this discus fish. You have the cardinal. This could be a loved one coming through for some of you as well. The cardinal represents sacred song, creativity. I am getting here, again, loved one, but it feels like you may receive the message of a cardinal right before an offer. So for example, let's say you've been putting yourself out there, you've been applying for new jobs, and you see the cardinal, whether you look out your window, there's a cardinal at your feeder if you have one, or maybe this is just something that's flying in a tree and you notice it as you're going on a walk. You may notice within 24 hours, this new opportunity arises. So pay attention to the cardinal. And then we have here the echidna. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'm not even sure where they come from. It almost looks like a porcupine with big old fingers. And this is distinctiveness. You know, this animal can sense danger, and he can be a bit of a homebody. So some of you may feel like you're a bit of a homebody, but that's okay, because this can allow you to step into your creative thoughts. This can allow you to reevaluate here what you want to do moving forward. So honoring this sacred time, spending time with those that you love, but I'm also seeing here stepping away from whatever this drama is currently. It doesn't mean that you are avoiding it. It doesn't mean that you are suppressing it. It just feels like you are saying, not my monkeys, not my circus. If there is some sort of drama going on at your job, or if you've been mentally stressed out here, I see that there is a shift in perspective coming through, and you may be alerted. You may be alerted that there's a tower in some way, or you may be alerted of these new opportunities. So do pay attention to those spidey senses, right? Pay attention to those intuitive downloads here. This is a time for you to embrace your witchiness. Be practical here about your magic. And lastly, let's get a final message from the wisdom of the oracle. What do we have for Taurus, please? Finances. Chaos and conflict, number 33. Now, 33 breaks down to the Lovers, number 6. So this is actually quite a powerful omen for you. It's like through this chaos and conflict, something quite profound is emerging. This is about disarray, being at a cross purpose with another, the tension of opposites, and the value of chaos before order. Circumstances appear to be chaotic, but everything that is happening now is in truth shaking things up so that you can find the real path to your prosperity. Yes, it's a stormy time, and it feels as if there are opposing forces wherever you turn, but be reassured that there is divine purpose in this chaos. Everything that doesn't work is being taken from you, so the truest parts of yourself remain. The events occurring now are essential for your ultimate prosperity. This chaos is divinely inspired, even though it doesn't always appear that way now. In time, you will know this to be true. I am going to read the reversal or the protection message just because, again, those porcupine quills are coming out here. Or I mean, that's what it looks like anyway. If you're familiar with this animal, let me know how to pronounce it or where this little guy comes from. He's kind of cute. This is an advantageous moment to restore order and recognize the opportunity for negotiation. So we have the ring here, which can be a negotiating energy. Even in the seeming chaos, there is a kind of divine order, a complete resorting of elements. This is powerful. If your intention is to find the best solution for the highest good of all, there is positive news. The timing is perfect. Things are already stirred up, so don't be afraid to jump into the mix. You'll discover everything you need to know about how the situation affects you long term. Be present in the eye of chaos. This moment is valuable. Don't waste it. Don't waste it. Now, I know it sounds counterintuitive for what I said earlier, not my monkeys, not my circus, but I'm also getting the message here of, if things are feeling a bit chaotic, don't be afraid to jump into the mix and stand in your truth, stand in your integrity. You have a voice. It is powerful here. And again, this is about your magic, not shying back in some way in fear of being seen, in fear of that light shining bright. And I am getting 3333 on the clock. So some of you, 33 is a very significant number. Perhaps that's an age. I mean, that could be in a license plate, in an address. So you could be seeing 33 on the clock, but or 333 on the clock, but I feel like threes are also connected to creativity, to harmony, advancement, and even a unified energy, negotiative energy. So this is divine order coming through here with that tower. And again, as you may see, hopefully sooner rather than later, especially Capricorn season, there is something beautifully starting to grow, even in the midst of this chaos. That's that Ace of Pentacles, something tangible, something that will deliver stability here for you. That is what I have. Thank you so much for tuning in today, Taurus. If you enjoyed the reading, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you are interested in a personal reading, you can find that information in the description box below or by visiting intuitivesoulcoach.com.